Welcome to HT Wisdom, where we bring you simple, practical tips to help you stay healthy, feel good, and enjoy life as you age. Today, we're talking about something most folks don't think twice about: daily hygiene. But here's the truth: how you clean certain parts of your body can actually protect you from infections, boost your energy, and even help you live longer. It's not about vanity, it's about smart self-care. If you're looking for easy ways to feel better each day without big changes, this video is for you. Let's talk about the 5 body parts you must wash daily. Let's start with the part of your body that does more work than just about anything else: your hands. From morning to night, our hands are constantly on the move. They open doors, handle money, scroll through phones, cook meals, care for loved ones, and sometimes even help us steady ourselves. It's easy to forget how many surfaces we touch each day, especially as we go about our routines without thinking twice. But here's something worth remembering: every doorknob, shopping cart, elevator button, or even pet you interact with could be carrying germs, and those germs don't just stay on your skin. They often find their way to your mouth, nose, or eyes, making your hands the #1 way illnesses sneak into your body. For older adults especially, a strong immune system is key to staying active and independent. And believe it or not, regular hand washing is one of the simplest and most powerful tools you have to protect it. It's not just about washing after using the restroom or before eating, it's about being intentional throughout the day. After grocery shopping, checking the mail, petting your dog, or even handling money, a good hand washing routine can keep you safer. It doesn't take much: just warm water, soap, and about 20 seconds of your time. Be sure to scrub between your fingers, under your nails, and around your wrists. Think of it as your personal health shield. Consider James, a 72-year-old retired teacher who used to get sick every winter without fail. Once he started taking hand hygiene more seriously, especially after being out in public or working in the yard, he noticed a big difference. Fewer colds, more energy, and even a better sense of control over his health. That's the power of one small daily habit. Now that we've covered your hands, your first line of defense, let's talk about the next body part that quietly carries the weight of your world and deserves a little more attention than it usually gets. We're talking about your feet. Because staying on your feet comfortably, confidently, and safely as you age starts with how well you care for them every single day. Let's get into it. Now let's move down to a part of your body that's often overlooked but plays a huge role in your independence: your feet. Think about it. Your feet carry you through life. They help you get out of bed in the morning, walk to the kitchen, stroll through the grocery store, and enjoy a sunny day on your porch. But for many older adults, foot pain, infections, or poor circulation can quietly chip away at quality of life, leading to falls, slower movement, or even hospital visits. The truth is, clean and healthy feet are directly tied to your ability to stay mobile and independent. But here's the catch: most people don't really wash their feet. Sure, we let the shower water run down, maybe give them a quick swipe, but real foot hygiene takes more than that. As we age, our skin gets thinner and our circulation slows down, especially in the lower body. That means small issues like dry skin, cracked heels, or fungal infections can turn into bigger problems if we're not careful. Bacteria and fungi love dark, warm, damp places, like between your toes or under your nails. If your feet aren't cleaned thoroughly each day, you might be setting yourself up for problems you didn't see coming. Take George, a 75-year-old former mechanic who was always on his feet in his younger days. But once he retired, he stopped paying much attention to his feet until they started aching all the time. His toenails thickened, small cuts wouldn't heal, and walking even short distances became uncomfortable. After a talk with his doctor, he started scrubbing his feet daily with warm soapy water, drying them carefully, especially between the toes, and checking for any new issues. The difference? Night and day. He felt steadier, healthier, and more in control of his body. Your feet are more than just the things at the end of your legs. They're the base of your health and movement. And when you care for them, you're investing in your freedom and independence. Now, while your feet keep you grounded, your face is what meets the world every day. It's exposed to the air, pollution, and all sorts of germs. And surprisingly, not washing it properly can lead to more than just breakouts. So next, let's turn our attention to your face, because protecting your skin means protecting your health. Now let's talk about your face, not just the part that smiles in family photos or shows wisdom with every wrinkle, but one of the most exposed and vulnerable areas of your entire body. Your face meets the world head on every single day. It's what people see first. Sure, but it also faces the elements, dust, pollen, air pollution, bacteria in the air, and even the oils from your own hands. Whether you're out walking the dog, chatting with neighbors, or reading the paper on your porch, your face is constantly picking up invisible irritants. And while a lot of folks think face washing is just about looking clean or reducing breakouts, the truth is, there's a lot more at stake, especially for older adults. You see, your eyes, nose, and mouth are direct entry points for germs. Every time you rub your eyes, scratch your nose, or touch your mouth, you're potentially transferring bacteria and viruses straight into your body. That's why washing your face properly every day is more than a beauty routine, it's a health practice. Using warm water and a gentle, fragrance-free cleanser, you should clean around your nose, eyes, forehead, cheeks, and chin, paying close attention to any buildup around your nostrils and lashes. Scrubbing too hard or using hot water can dry out or irritate your skin, which already becomes more sensitive with age. But skipping this step entirely? That can lead to eye infections, sinus issues, dry skin, or even frequent colds. Let me tell you about Susan, a 68-year-old retired librarian. She used to think splashing water on her face was enough. But over time, she started dealing with irritated eyes, stuffy sinuses, and skin that just didn't feel right. Once she switched to a proper face washing routine, using a mild soap, lukewarm water, and cleaning carefully around her eyes and nostrils, her symptoms improved. Fewer allergy flares, less congestion, and healthier skin. Sometimes, the simplest changes make the biggest difference. So if your skin feels dry, your eyes are irritated, or you've been catching colds too often, your face washing habits might need a refresh. And speaking of areas that need daily care, let's move to a spot many people forget about, but that plays a major role in your comfort, confidence, and overall well-being. That's right, we're heading under the arms next. Now let's talk about a spot most folks only think about when they're worried about smelling bad, your armpits. But there's a whole lot more going on under your arms than just sweat and deodorant. Your armpits are home to a high concentration of sweat glands. And when sweat mixes with bacteria, especially if you're not washing properly, it can lead to more than just body odor. It can actually create the perfect storm for skin irritation, rashes, clogged pores, and even painful infections. And for older adults, whose skin may be more sensitive and slower to heal, underarm care becomes even more important. Think about it. Many of us grew up in a time when a quick swipe of deodorant was the fix for everything. But deodorant doesn't clean the skin, it just masks odor. If you're applying it to skin that hasn't been properly washed, you could actually be trapping bacteria and making irritation worse. Washing your underarms daily with warm water and mild soap helps remove dead skin cells, bacteria, and excess sweat, keeping your skin healthy and reducing the risk of infections like abscesses or blocked sweat glands. Let me tell you about David, a 74-year-old retired truck driver. He'd always relied on his trusty stick of deodorant in the morning and didn't think twice about it, until he started noticing redness, itching, and even soreness under his arms. When he learned that proper cleansing needed to come before deodorant, he made a small change to his morning routine. Within weeks, the irritation cleared up, and he felt fresher and more comfortable throughout the day. Taking care of your underarms isn't just about avoiding embarrassment, it's about protecting your skin and staying comfortable in your own body. If you've noticed itching, redness, or persistent odor, it might be time to rethink your underarm routine. Give it the same care and attention you give to your hands or face, and you'll feel the difference. Now that we've covered the more visible and active parts of your body, let's take a closer look at one of the most overlooked areas of all. It's small, it's hidden, but it can cause some surprising problems if neglected: your belly button. Yep, we're going there next. Alright, let's move on to a spot that almost nobody talks about, but absolutely should. It's small, tucked away, and easy to overlook, but your belly button can be a hidden hotspot for bacteria and infection. That's right, we're talking about your navel. Most folks assume that when they shower, a little soapy water running down the front takes care of everything. But the truth is, Your belly button is like a tiny pocket that collects sweat, dead skin, lint, and bacteria, and if you're not cleaning it directly, that buildup can lead to bad odors, irritation, and in some cases, full-blown infections. As we age, it becomes even more important to pay attention to these overlooked areas. Skin folds deepen, circulation slows, and it's easier for moisture to linger in warm, enclosed spaces. For older adults, especially those with a deeper navel or carrying a bit of extra weight, your belly button can turn into a breeding ground for bacteria and even yeast. You might not notice it until there's redness, an odd smell, or even discharge, and by then, it's already a problem. Let me tell you about Nancy, a 70-year-old grandmother who never once thought about washing her belly button. She figured a quick rinse in the shower was good enough. But over time, she began to notice a strange odor and occasional soreness in that area. Once she learned how important belly button hygiene really is, she made it part of her daily routine. She used a warm, soapy washcloth to gently clean her navel, then dried it thoroughly with a soft towel. Within weeks, the odor disappeared and her skin felt much healthier. It was a small change that made a big difference in her confidence and comfort. To clean your belly button properly, just use a washcloth or cotton swab dipped in warm, soapy water. Be gentle, no scrubbing with harsh chemicals, and make sure to dry it completely after washing, because lingering moisture can lead to bacterial or fungal growth. If you ever notice pain, unusual smells, or discharge, don't ignore it. These signs could mean it's time to check in with your doctor. Now that we've gone from your hands all the way to your belly button, let's wrap it all up with a few final thoughts on why these small, consistent hygiene habits matter more now than ever, and how they can add comfort, protection, and even years to your life. Let's shift gears for a moment and talk about something most people forget when thinking about hygiene: not your body, but what you're using to clean it. That's right, we're talking about towels and washcloths. Now, you might be doing everything right when it comes to washing your hands, feet, and face, but if you're drying off with a towel that hasn't been cleaned in days, or worse, a week or more, you could be undoing all that good work without even realizing it. See, towels and washcloths don't just dry us off, they soak up moisture, dead skin cells, and whatever bacteria was just washed off your body. If they don't dry out properly between uses, they become the perfect breeding ground for bacteria, mold, and even mildew. And the next time you use that same towel or cloth, you're rubbing those germs right back onto your clean skin. It's like washing your dishes and drying them with a dirty rag. It just doesn't make sense. For older adults especially, this is a simple change that can prevent unnecessary skin irritation or infection. If your immune system isn't as strong as it used to be, or if you have more sensitive skin, using fresh, clean towels is an easy way to protect yourself. Here's a good rule of thumb: change out your bath towel every 3 to 4 uses, and always hang it in a well-ventilated area to dry. As for washcloths, those should be swapped out daily. And if you've been using the same hand towel in your bathroom all week, yep, it's time for a new one. Think of your towels like toothbrushes. You wouldn't use the same one forever without cleaning it, right? The same goes for anything that touches your skin. Clean tools lead to a cleaner body. And the last thing you want is to introduce bacteria to places you've worked so hard to keep healthy. Now that we've tackled the tools you use to stay clean, let's finish strong with a few final reminders. In the next section, we'll talk about why these small daily habits, done right, can make a big impact on your long-term health, and how simple hygiene can be one of your strongest allies as you age. So you've washed the right body parts, used clean towels, and done everything to keep bacteria at bay. Great job. But there's one final step that often gets skipped, especially as we get older: moisturizing. Now, I know what you might be thinking: isn't that just for dry skin or fancy spa days? But here's the truth: after washing, your skin loses not just dirt and germs, but also its natural oils. And for older adults, whose skin tends to become thinner and more delicate with age, that moisture is harder to replace if you don't step in and help. Dry, cracked skin isn't just uncomfortable, it can actually create openings where bacteria sneak in, increasing your risk for infections. And if you've ever dealt with itchy skin, flaking, or even small tears that just don't seem to heal, chances are your skin is thirsty for a little extra care. That's where daily moisturizing comes in. It's not about vanity, it's about protection. Applying a gentle, unscented moisturizer after bathing or washing, especially on areas like your hands, feet, underarms, and even around your belly button, can lock in hydration and help maintain your skin's natural barrier. Look for creams or lotions made specifically for sensitive skin, and avoid anything with strong fragrances or alcohol, which can dry you out even more. The goal is to soothe, not irritate. Take a tip from Eleanor, a 73-year-old retiree who swore she didn't need lotion until one winter, when her skin became so dry and itchy it kept her up at night. Her doctor recommended a daily moisturizing routine, and within a week, her skin felt smoother, stronger, and less irritated. She even noticed fewer cuts and scrapes showing up after small bumps, because her skin was more resilient. Moisturizing is like putting a protective shield over all the good work you've just done with your hygiene routine. It's the finishing touch that helps your skin stay healthy, supple, and strong enough to guard against the elements. And now, with all the steps in place, from clean hands and feet to a well-moisturized body, it's time to pull it all together. In our final section, we'll reflect on how these small, everyday habits can protect your health, increase your comfort, and even help you live longer. Let's wrap this up with some encouragement and perspective. Now here's something most people don't consider. Your daily hygiene routine isn't just about staying clean. It's actually one of the best ways to check in with your body every single day. That's right, every time you wash, dry, or moisturize, you're also giving yourself a quick health scan. And for older adults, this kind of daily awareness is one of the smartest, simplest ways to catch small issues before they become bigger problems. See, aging brings changes, some subtle, some more obvious, but the earlier you notice things like a new bruise, unusual swelling, dry patches that won't go away, or a spot that feels different, the faster you can respond. And when these little check-ins become part of your routine, you stay ahead of the curve. You become more in tune with your body. And that's a powerful thing. Think of it like this: brushing your teeth helps you notice sore gums. Washing your feet helps you spot a cut that isn't healing. Cleaning your underarms may reveal irritation or swelling. And gently washing your belly button or moisturizing your skin might uncover a patch that feels strange or looks off. These aren't things to be afraid of. They're opportunities to stay informed and take care of yourself with confidence. Let's take Frank, for example, a 76-year-old Army veteran who had always prided himself on being strong and independent. But he never paid much attention to his skin until one day. While drying off after a shower, he noticed a small sore on his leg that hadn't been there before. Thanks to his daily routine, he caught it early, had it checked, and avoided a more serious health scare. He told us later, "That 5 minutes saved me weeks of trouble." So as you go through your daily hygiene, washing, drying, moisturizing, use that time to stay connected to your body. It's not about worry, it's about wisdom. You know your body better than anyone else. And these small, mindful habits can make a big impact. Now, with all these tools in your pocket, let's bring it home. In our final section, we'll take a step back and reflect on what all of this really means, not just for your hygiene, but for your health, your comfort, and your overall quality of life. Let's wrap it all up with a message of encouragement and strength. At the end of the day, taking care of yourself isn't always about grand gestures or big changes. It's about the little things you do, day in and day out, that protect your health and preserve your dignity. Something as simple as washing your hands the right way, giving attention to your feet, or moisturizing your skin might seem small, but these small habits have the power to keep you feeling strong, clean, and in control. As we age, our bodies require a little more care, a little more awareness, but that doesn't mean we're fragile. It means we're wise enough to notice what matters. Every time you wash your face, dry between your toes, or clean a forgotten spot like your belly button, you're honoring the life your body has carried. You're saying, "I'm still here, and I'm worth the effort." So don't underestimate the power of these quiet routines. They're more than hygiene, they're self-respect in action. You deserve to feel good in your own skin. You've earned that peace. Now, tell us in the comments, which of these habits are you going to start today? Let's keep encouraging one another to live cleaner, longer, and better, one small habit at a time.